All right, so we're in exercise 11. It's very similar to the last one in that I have this X rig here, and it actually has ray controllers on it or ray interactors affected to it. And what I want to do is we're going to add in that custom hand, which is under models. Okay, so we have that Blender hand model. And what we're going to do is now we are going to set this up so that we can animate it. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to create something called a avatar. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this model. And when you click on the model itself, it should bring up this inspector and it should say something like model, rig, animation, materials and such. The main thing is that we want to go under rig and it's probably going to be set to no avatar. And what we want to do is switch this to create from this model. This is going to make what's called an avatar, which we can use later when we're going to animate. Okay. I'm going to take this model and I'm going to add it as a subset of my ray interactor. Now it's very large, obviously. So I'm going to come in here and scroll it down. It's actually going to get even smaller than this, but for now it's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this about 180 degrees. Okay. And if you click on the model, you can actually see we have that armature that we built in Blender. This is the model. This is the armature, or the bone system. And you can actually see all of the bones that we created. So you can see we have those joints that we talked about, right? All the finger joints and the thumb joint. And this is how we're actually going to animate our character. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make the hand that's currently flat, I want it to go like this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I have a folder called custom hand, and we're going to add a new animation. So I'm going to go under window, animation, animation. That's going to open up this window. I recommend just kind of making it a panel here. And we're going to make a new animation for our hand model. Okay. So I'm going to click on create. And I'm going to go to custom hand and let's call this hand animation. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on add property. Or actually, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, there's an easier way to do this. I'm going to click here where it says enable keyframe mode. And I'm going to click on finger one. Let's start with the joint. I'm going to click here, and this should allow me to rotate the thumb joint. Okay. So when it starts, I kind of want it where it is, which is basically no rotation or 0. And then after about half a second, why don't we rotate it so it's like this? Okay. So you can see that it creates that. Now that's just the joint. If I want the tip of the thumb, which is the top part, I'm going to play with that. So it's going to start like this. And then, okay. So I'm starting to sort of, this part got like that. I mean, it's not great. My model is pretty basic, but you can see what we're doing here. So now what I'm going to do is continue that for all of the other parts of my model. So I'm going to go under finger base, finger one joint. Once again, I'm just going to kind of start here at 0 where it's flat and then come in here and I want it like that. Now that's this part. I want the top part, which is the tip, to kind of go in because basically what I've done so far is it's hard to do it to a camera, but I've done like that. And what I want to do is while this is doing, I want this top part to go like that. Okay. So I'm going to take the fingertip, and while that is going, let's animate this part going like that. Okay. All right. And, basically, I'm just going to continue this for the rest of. So animate finger 2 joint. animate finger 3 joint. Oops, sorry. So finger 2 should be like that, yeah. Now, I'm going to make this a grip animation, but you can see how maybe you could do another animation where, like, instead of animating all 5 fingers, maybe you just do like one finger, or the other fingers bend like this, or, the 2 fingers go like that or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. But in this case, we're just animating them all because they all have to be animated for the grip to work. So once again, I'm rotating this up, and then I want to do the tip of finger 3. And then that's that. Okay. Ooh, a lot of animation, right? And then let's do finger 4 joint. And then finger 4 base. So obviously this all depends on the amount of bones you've added in Blender or whatever system you're using. All right, so there's my animation. Let's play it back. All right, now it's got some problems here that I can fix, but I'm just kind of, for now it's good enough. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off, and then that should create my hand animation. Okay, and actually, if you were to take the hand model and drag it into there and play it, you could actually see it. All right. So this is the animation that's going to happen when we hit our trigger. Okay. All right. By the way, let's take this animation and let's turn off loop. This means it won't automatically loop every single time. All right. In the next video, which is the last part, I'm going to show you guys how we set this up with an animator and set it up for triggering events. Okay.